NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wildcard Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Panthers and the Vikings, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Today it's the second of 3 games here on Wildcard Sunday, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wildcard Weekend here on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
It's very simple to say. It's a tough spot to go on the road in the playoffs for any quarterback. But when you're a rookie, now you know you've got big-time pressure on you because he's shown that he's beyond his years throughout the season. He's played at a high level, and his team is very confident in him. But to go on the road leading your team in the postseason as a rookie, that's a whole nother level.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And Young's throw there, incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up the running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Going for it with Sanders. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. On 1st and 10, Young. And that's complete to Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Young now. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they'll get this down to the 10. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run with Sanders. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And I have to believe at his age, you savor situations like this because nobody knows better than he does that getting to the playoffs is simply not that easy. This is where he's got to call upon all of his knowledge of all the games he's played in the past, draw from it, and find a way to win a game. Because not only do you want to savor getting there, you also want to have success as well.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Cousins now on second down. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. It'll be a gain of 5. And now it's 3rd and 3. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins again. Complete. Jefferson the target. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now Cousins. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Cousins to throw it. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They know that. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January, but hey, here's the bottom line. There's 18 other. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Piñeiro now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Cousins. Addison hauls it in. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Cousins. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This offense returns to the field. And the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get the momentum going again.
Sanders shaking and baking. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. And now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the 2nd round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Here we go.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Open man is Osborne. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Now a 2nd and 6. To throw, Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Fights through him. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Cousins. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards the pickup there. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Bring the energy.
Throwing, Cousins. He gets it to Addison. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Play fake, Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Touchdown, Vikings! K.J. Osborne from 6 yards away. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Young. That is caught by Thielen. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First and 10, Young. Left side here to Sanders. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second down, Young. They'll air one out deep for Mingo. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Oh, the return is Osborne. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Christian Watson, a touchdown catch in the victory. In that first half, we saw the veteran Miles Sanders doing his thing. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard battle. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On second down, Mostert. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. How did he stay on his feet? Touchdown, Vikings! Raheem Mostert, 51 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Blackshear now on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Young will set to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 152 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Now a first down throw for Young. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll run with Sanders. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Young looks to throw on first down, buying time to his left. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And getting this just shy of midfield, they spotted at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Cousins on first down. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cousins. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
At the 14-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Cousins. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Cousins. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Now Raheem Blackshear going to take this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And he powers his way up past the 30. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
So where will that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now Young on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Addison hauls it in. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
A big play looming on third down.
Cousins now.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Third down and goal coming up here.
Cousins to throw.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. Here's Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on fourth and goal from the 3. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
And he will have a Panther first down, and it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
Okay, Frank.
And they take a knee. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.